The Conjuring House drama continues once again. Jacqueline Nunez has gone incredibly public this time as she has gone on the Providence Journal and has given them an article basically to talk about what's going on with the Conjuring House right now, what's going on with her right now, situations that, concern her right now. I had this sent to me by someone who is close to the situation. I don't want to name names because I don't think it's fair to. But they're close to the situation, right? And they sent this over to me, so it's come from a reputable source. And literally their text said, "I thought you might like this. Jacqueline Nunez went to a major newspaper in Rhode Island. Haunted attraction or legal nightmare? The owner of the Rhode Island's real-life Conjuring House is beset by claims of theft and faces hospitalization." Yeah. That's how crazy this gets. And then the person obviously sent it over to me, it basically has said that it looks like it's pretty Tiger King. And what they mean by that is that, the whole situation looks like it's evolving like the Tiger King. You know how there was all of these legal lawsuits getting thrown about and it was getting crazy, and then Netflix settled and all the rest of it. And it made for a huge documentary. Anyway, we're going to have a little look at this this article from the Providence Journal today. It came out 22 hours ago, so it's fresh off the press. So the Conjuring House is beset by troubles of the earthly kind. Not unearthly, earthly. And it says, Burrillville, the Conjuring House, the centuries-old farmhouse that inspired the movie based on experiences of a family who was said to be beset by a malevolent spirit there in the 1970s, is embroiled in a controversy that probably has nothing to do with ghosts. That's very true, although the owner, Jacqueline Nunez, did try to rope in the ghosts. John Arnold, who apparently dobbed Brian Dansereau in it. Oh, I would have gotten away. Brian Dansereau is literally there. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling ghosts. Anyway, former employees or their families have filed complaints with police and the state alleging that the owner of the house, Jacqueline Nunez, has harassed them or owes them money. I mean, it's not even alleged. We've literally seen the proof from multiple sources, including Jason Hawes, including Satori and Cody, including Corey Heinzen, including Brian Dansereau. All of these people have literally made it so public. Even down to, if you haven't seen the most recent video, Jacqueline Nunez was sending, small change, and I literally mean small change, through PayPal. So, there were a couple of $5. There was a couple of, literally 1 or 2 cents with, harassing messages. Text messages, we've had emails, we've had social media posts on her Facebook page before that got taken down. We've also had people's reviews on the Conjuring House have Jacqueline Nunez right under it and then try to get them to put that out to the world. Jacqueline Nunez has gone to many lengths to make this happen. Anyway, Nunez told the Providence Journal that former employees had stolen from her. Says that she twice has been committed to hospital psychiatric wards, part of a move, according to her, to wrest control of the house, which draws crowds as haunted tourists attraction. Very interesting there. Obviously, there's a lot to break down just in that paragraph alone. First one being that she's accusing the staff of theft, which we already knew about. Brian Dansereau's been, reportedly stolen $3,000. I think Cody and Satori were also accused of stealing. But Jacqueline Nunez, actually does owe Cody and Satori a lot of money for the barn fire. And, because their belongings were in there and it got burned down. And Brian Dansereau, $9,000 of 5 weeks unpaid work. Anyway, but the other part that really piqued my interest here was that she has been twice committed to hospital psychiatric wards as a part of a move, according to her, to wrest control of the house, which draws in crowds of a haunted tourist attraction. So, that's interesting that she's actually been committed to hospital psychiatric wards twice. Now, my mind goes straight to Satori Hawes' posts recently over on her social media, like Instagram, for example, over on her stories, where she's said that help has been sought for Jacqueline Nunez. And, up until this point, people have speculated about what that means, but clearly there must have been some kind of interaction between Cody Satori or whoever and the police to try and get this person in a psychiatric ward to get a psychiatric evaluation test done. Maybe that's what she was referring to. I can't say for certain, but maybe that's what she was alluding to. Anyway. Meanwhile, comedian Matt Rife, who in April bought a nearly $3 million residential compound on a reservoir on North Smithfield, has offered to buy the house and settle any financial disputes, according to a post by fellow comedian and associate Elton Casti on the social media site X. Obviously, that's something that we've already covered on the channel. And I've kind of given my thoughts and opinions on whether that should or shouldn't happen, and if it does happen, what to expect. Anyway, what the Conjuring House owner has had to say. Now, this is something that is very interesting because, obviously, we're actually hearing now from Jacqueline Nunez. So, she went on to say, Nunez told the Providence Journal in an interview at the house on July 29th, that was actually a little while ago, that two Burrillville police officers, accompanied by two mental health workers, had forced her to Landmark Medical Center, where she was kept overnight for psychological evaluation before being released. On September 3rd, she texted the Journal reporter, "Burrillville got me committed again." She said she was being held at Our Lady of Fatima Hospital. And then Burrillville Police Chief Colonel Stephen J. Lynch declined to discuss the specifics of what happened at the house, except to say regarding the incident earlier this month, "We responded to a healthcare agency and had a standby role." He declined to say whether the visit was concerning Nunez. Obviously, this is an interview from Jacqueline Nunez that took place, it must have been a little while ago when Jacqueline actually bought the house.
I've been looking for a while. I've made offers for a while, but it just ended up not being the right thing. So something in me was, I guess, waiting for this. But as soon as I actually saw the listing for this, and then as soon as I saw this, I was like, I really want to own this property. About the land, yeah, just the open acreage. The stone walls are amazing. I'd love to know the history of those stone walls and who built them. The path that leads down, there's a footbridge that crosses the creek or the river that runs through the property. That's just beautiful. That leads into a woods area. Yeah, it's just really, and the huge pine trees, it's just beautiful. And again, even without the paranormal activity, this would be a place that I would have wanted to own.
There you go. So that was obviously when she first bought the house back in 2022. You can tell because of the clothing, and you can tell because, well, apparently by this point, after speaking to Satori, the staff were really optimistic about Jacqueline Nunez. She apparently had huge ideas for the place. She was really excited. The staff got really excited about what she could possibly do. And then obviously, just seemingly over the past few months, it's just gone, and it's pretty ropey. Anyway, on Tuesday, Nunez left a voicemail with the Journal reporter saying that she didn't expect to be released until Thursday at the earliest, if ever. Interesting. So that was earlier... Tuesday. So on Tuesday. So when would that have been? Let me just pull up my dates on my calendar real quick time. So Tuesday would have been the 10th of September. So apparently that's when she left a voicemail with the reporters. Moving on in the Journal, she says she has had psychiatric commitment. Wait, what? She has said that the psychiatric commitment, is a move by former employees of the Conjuring House to gain control of the property from her. I don't know about that. I think they are... I genuinely think that this is being done with Jacqueline Nunez's best interests at heart, which is, they've identified a problem and they've decided to take action for that problem and get her put in. But what's interesting is obviously it says here that she was... This on Tuesday, she told the reporter that she didn't expect to be released until Thursday at the earliest, if ever, which means that they were clearly keeping her for a couple of days, which means that there must be something identified or going on. don't shoot the messenger. I can't say, I'm not a professional. I don't know how it all works, but that's just my guess from what I'm reading. When Nunes bought the house from Corey and Jen Heinzen, she agreed to only stay in the house 1 week a month, after the Heinzens said that the stress of living within what many regarded as the most haunted house in America could be unhealthy. That was the one condition of the sale, Nunes told the Journal shortly after the closing deal on May of 2022. Whoever bought this could not live here year-round. What the former Conjuring house and families have told officials. In late July, former employee Brian Dancero filed a complaint with the State Department of Labor and Training, alleging that Nunes had improperly withheld about $9,000 in pay from him. In early August, Dancero filed a Superior Court lawsuit alleging similar facts and seeking a payment of $9,000 plus additional damages of $21,000, obviously taking the whole lawsuit to a nice $30,000 sum. In the suit, he said that Nunes fired him on the July 19th after telling him in a text that John Arnold, a previous owner of the house who died in 1839, had told her that Dancero had stolen more than $3,000 from the business, obviously allegedly coming out of the cash box from the merch store. Also in August, Jason Hawes, who starred in the Ghost Hunters TV series about paranormal investigators, filed a complaint with police in West Greenwich, where he lives, saying that Nunes had been harassing him after she said online that he'd been trespassing at the Conjuring house. Hawes' daughter also worked at the house for about 2 years, also referencing Satori there. West Greenwich police said Thursday that Nunes has been ordered not to trespass on Hawes' West Greenwich property, but that no further action had been taken. So we go on to talk about Matt Rife. So, he basically talks about the thing, but then Jacqueline has actually responded to this and said, "It is not for sale. I'm never selling the Conjuring house," Nunes said on Friday in a phone call from Fatima. "I am never selling the property. Never." What's interesting there is that this phone call happened on Friday from the Fatima institution that she was being, held at, basically. So clearly she hadn't been released from there. Whether she has yet, I don't know. So Friday would have been yesterday at the time of recording. You're seeing this on the Saturday. So right now she could still be there. I don't know for certain. But she made the phone call from Fatima, which is really interesting. And obviously it comes as no surprise that I have heard from other sources that Jacqueline Nunes had absolutely zero intention of selling the house, and she had told these people directly she's not selling the house. But yeah, man, it gets wilder and wilder just every single day. What do you guys think, though? It's interesting to know that she's obviously in some form of institution right now, getting psychologically assessed and evaluated. Do you think that that's enough? Do you think that anything might come of that? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Obviously, something is going on, because if she's been in there since Tuesday, we're now on day 5 if she hasn't been released. So there must be something there, right? And based off of all the evidence that I should imagine that people would have filed against for her to be taken in, they're probably reviewing everything right now. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button. Subscribe if you're new to come on to get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Cannot wait to see you in the next one. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.